Hey everyone, I'm Nicole,
And I'm Gabrielle.
and we are the hosts of the Spiritual Sisters podcast.
Join us every week as we discuss all the spiritual topics like astrology, mediumship, psychic insights, and so much more.
We are often joined by others we have met along our spiritual journey who are well versed in many of these areas.
Get ready for enlightening discussions and interviews and personal experiences that we hope will expand your mind and get you thinking outside of the box.
Whether you're a seasoned spiritual seeker or just beginning your spiritual journey, there's something here for everyone.
Check us out every Tuesday wherever you get your podcasts. See you then.
Bye!
Hi, beautiful souls, and welcome back to the Soul Ecosystem Podcast. I am your host, Anna Rising, and on this podcast, we discuss all things soul contracts using a modality that combines Jewish mysticism, astrology, tarology, and numerology. On this episode, we are going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be looking into the energy of August and giving you guys a sense of what you can expect for the month of August. And I'm not going to be pulling any cards this time. It's just going to be purely channeled, intuitive messages. So what I need you guys to do is just pick a number from 1 to 4 by dropping into your heart space and feeling the number that calls to you. So go ahead and do that now, and you can go to the timestamp of that number to listen to your August prediction. And we are going to start with group number 1. Group number 1, I don't know how your July has been treating you, but mine has been very, very transformational. A lot of cycle breaking, a lot of cycles ending. Do I always say that? I feel like that's been happening for me a lot. But I also think that a lot of it has to do with stepping into a new version of myself, which I feel is happening for you guys. I feel like you have been on the precipice of a very big change. It doesn't feel like it's so much physically. It doesn't feel like it's a physical change, but it feels like you have been building up your energy spiritually and kind of like pulling yourself back almost in a slingshot to launch yourself forward. So it feels like you've been holding something in your heart for a long time, and you've been getting nudges from the universe to do this, to pursue it, to make this shift, even if it's just in your mentality, even if it's just in the way you present yourself, the way you carry yourself, or your self-esteem. It's been really working with you and helping you gain confidence, is what I'm hearing. And it's precisely because you're going to need it for the next step of your path. And I'm seeing that this Leo season has been doing you guys a lot of good. You have been really feeling yourselves. You have been really letting your hair down, letting the sun kiss your skin. You have been reveling in a glow, in the glow that's about you. You kind of have been emanating this goddess energy, this queen energy that cannot be denied. It cannot be ignored. And your energy is calling attention to you. And usually you're one to shy away from the spotlight. Usually you're one to kind of be like, oh, like let someone else do it. But you're like, yeah, I like standing out. I like to be in the spotlight for once. And maybe it's because you've had a birthday recently that you're really feeling into your own energy. You're feeling confident. You have so many friends like wishing you happy birthday, wishing you well and showering you with love and affection. And it's kind of been a very fun time for you. It's almost like you have really let yourself enjoy messing around, playing around. You haven't been really focused on work. And with the start of August, I see you kind of grounding back into yourself and into your mental state and not being as airy and enjoying yourself. And August feels a lot more grounding. That Virgo energy is going to be coming up towards the end of it. and it feels like you're going to be hunkering down, and I see you kind of getting situated at your work desk and being like, okay, it's time to get serious, it's time to refocus, time to really get clear on the things that we want and what we want to pursue, how we want to move forward. And this is a really good time for you to manifest right now, especially if it's just been your birthday. This is a really good time to kind of start visualizing what you want to come into your life, because I kind of see you going into this dream mode where you're like having daydreams about what you want your life to look like this time next year. And then I see you writing this down, setting that intention, setting those goals. August is going to be a little more lonely for you, but not in a bad sense. It feels like you're going to be refamiliarizing yourself with yourself. It feels like you are going to be spending a lot of time one on one with your thoughts. And I see you really filtering out the things that haven't been serving you. I see you identifying thought patterns that have been keeping you stuck. And you've been doing this throughout this whole entire year. You're like, I've never realized that I feel this lack towards this and this. I feel I don't have it for some reason. And it's probably because of something that was said to me before. And I just really absorbed it into myself and made it my truth. I see you dropping a lot of truths that are not your own. And this kind of shedding is like the shedding of a snake skin. You're going to step out with new, glowy, dewy skin, a better mentality, and you are going to get organized. You were always one that was really big on chasing your dreams. You were always somebody that was very driven, organized, and in a mode like all work and no play. So I really like that July was kind of this moment for you, this month for you, where you really took time to enjoy life, took time to kind of take time off and do things that you found fun, do things that you liked. And now you're recharged. You're recharged and you're ready to go. You're ready to put back all of this newfound confidence and newfound energy from shedding things that no longer serve you into new paths. So August for you is going to be looking like that. It is going to be energized. It is going to be about getting organized. And whenever you start to feel yourself kind of get into that stagnancy that you felt before, that kind of called forth what happened in July for you, that moment where you were like, you know what, I'm just going to relax and take it easy for a while because I've been working really hard and I deserve it. If you start feeling overwhelmed again, take that pressure off of yourself and come back into your own energy. Because that overwhelm that you're going to be picking up on isn't necessarily from you. So don't take it personally. Don't feel like you're being held back. Don't feel like you're starting to get stuck in a rut again. Cleanse yourself, take a shower, meditate in the shower, take an Epsom salt bath. Do what you need to do to kind of detox from thoughts that aren't your own, that you're kind of starting to absorb again. Any other messages for group number 1? Hydrate. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. It feels like you are very big on coffee and energy drinks. If you have been having the feeling that you need to cut down on it, cut down on the caffeine, try to do decaf if you don't want to cut off coffee. If you just like the taste of it, go decaf. Try to find other drinks that are more hydrating, that are more healthy for you, because that plays a big role in your feeling of being burnt out, in your feeling of starting to get stuck in your own mind and not being able to kind of climb out of it. That is all I have for you, group number 1. Your August is going to be so sunshiny. I feel like wherever you are, it's just really sunny and bright. And if it's not that way in the 3D world, I feel like that is just your energy. You're a very light person. You don't hold on to grudges. You don't take things to heart, and you don't let people get you down. I feel like you're the kind of person that everything kind of just like rolls off your back, but it's the pressure that you put on yourself that's what gets you. It is your self-criticism that slows you down. It's your self-criticism that really gets you stuck in a rut and in a mindset that is difficult to get out of. So do your best to detox from energy you pick up throughout the day, and August should be smooth sailing for you. That is all I have for you, group number 1. Let's move on to group number 2. Group number 2. I'm immediately sensing a very watery energy. So I feel like the month of July has been throwing you for a loop. I feel like emotions are high and everything seems a little bit doom and gloom, and it's hard not to get stuck in the doom and gloom. But I am here to show you the other side of those emotions, because although it's very easy to get caught in the current and be taken for a ride with these emotions, the energy behind it is very empowering. If you have been feeling like things have just been out of control, just swirling around, and you're tackling one freak accident after another, or one incident after another, I'm seeing you in the hull of a ship where one leak starts, and it starts to like you try to close it with one finger, and then another leak starts and you try to close it with the other finger, and before you know it, your hands and your feet are trying to close as much leaks as possible, but it's getting too much and the boat is filling up with water. So there's this sense of overwhelm. There's this sense of July really doing a number on you. And it may feel like it's about to end, like everything's about to fall apart. But I'm seeing you being called to let the leaks flow in, let everything kind of crumble around you and go inwards. I'm seeing you go into a meditative stance, in a meditative position in this boat as the water starts pouring in. And when you do that, these confines, this confine of the boat, these boat walls, these wooden walls that you see around you disappear. And you're going to realize that you're not stuck in this boat. You're going to realize that this was in your imagination. And you're going to realize that you have the ability to just float up to the surface. This is not to say that whatever's been happening isn't very real. It's more so to say how much power you have given to all of these things that are happening around you. There is this sea maiden that really wants you to stand up and own your power, own your reality, and float out of this sea of troubles that you have found yourself in, and realize that you can walk on water. You can walk right on top of it. You don't have to be drowning. You don't have to be covered by these waves that keep happening. You have power over your mind, over your reaction to this, over your perception of what is happening. And you have the power to flip that switch and realize, hey, maybe this isn't all doom and gloom. This is for my highest good. Everything is happening for me, not to me. When we get out of that trap mentality, that victim mentality, where we're wondering why are all these horrible things happening? When we get out of it and are able to see above the surface, we're going to start to notice that every single thing that has been thrown our way has been for our good. Especially if there is a person that has been trying to make your life hell, you are going to start to see with this perspective shift, once you're able to come out of the thick of it, once you're able to be like, hey, I've been looking at this all wrong. Once you're able to come out of it and see what's on top, first of all, it's not as scary because you're no longer in the ocean, you're no longer in the emotion. When you see it from a bird's eye view, looking down, you're going to realize that everything that this person was trying to do against you has ended up coming back in your favor. When you let these circumstances, these things that make us spiral, when you let them take control and you start spiraling with them, it's very hard not to. It's very hard not to get caught in the current. When you rise above it and look at it from a different perspective and see how it is helping you, how it is shifting things for you, doing things for you, taking the people out of your life that shouldn't be there, that only wish you harm, that only wish you ill, you're going to start to see all of these horrible things as blessings because they are making room for the good things to come in. They are making room for the things you deserve to come in. So instead of drowning in this spiral, going with this current, letting it take you deep, deep down into victim mentality, into depression, into being like, why me? I don't deserve this. Trust with your whole heart that it is happening for your good. Don't take it personally. Be like, okay, I see where you're at. And I see that that doesn't align with who I am and where I'm at. And let it go. Let people do what they're going to do. And you rise above. That is the fastest way to make sure that you are not caught in this person's karma because it is going to catch up to them. They will not get out of it unscathed. And you don't want to be in their clutches when it happens. Because that's exactly what it is. When you start letting this person get to you, when you start letting them sink you deeper and deeper into their own darkness, you see them clutching at you and just dragging you down with them. So don't let this be like a double homicide. Just rise above it. Be like, I got you. You do you. I'm going to do me. Don't take it personally because they have their own, like in Russian, they say they have their own cockroaches in their head. They have their own demons, their own skeletons that they need to go through. Don't let it drag you down with them. And that's how you rise above this tumultuous ocean and walk on the water, empowered, confident, and ready to take on what is for you, ready to see what the universe has in store, what blessings, what abundance can come your way now that you are not on sea level, at sea level with this person, now that you are not playing their game, not being dragged into their game, not being drowned. So put one foot in front of the other. You can rise above this. You can get out of this unscathed, and no matter how much it feels like this person took from you, you're going to get it back tenfold. Let them think that they're getting away with something. I feel like they get some kind of pleasure in the fact that they know that they're taking this from you. Whether it's even just your energy or your attention, they're doing it forcibly. They're stealing it from you. So let them think that they're getting away with something. So this ended up being kind of like a very, very almost leechy energy. It feels like somebody's been really putting you through it and you have been getting really down on yourself. And it has been a rough go of it for you. So we're not going to be letting them do that anymore. We're going to just ignore it. We're going to let them do what they want to do, accrue the karma that they clearly have accrued. and rise above it so that we can be this sea maiden that's empowered. I'm seeing like the sea goddess that is walking on water, calm as a clam, as there's waves that are 3 times bigger than her crashing in the background, and she's just absolutely zen, absolutely chill. I feel like that is what you want to embody right now. You're like, I wish I could just brush things off. I wish that I could not let anything affect me. And you are going to get to that point. I feel like August is going to be that energy for you where you're like, I don't care. I don't care anymore. Because I trust that whatever you think you're getting away with, whatever you think that you can take from me, I know what's mine cannot be taken. So that's some very empowering stuff coming up for you here. Some very empowering stuff. I'm also hearing that you guys should make a playlist. You guys should make a playlist of songs that pump you up to play whenever you start to get into this spiral. There's nothing like a really good playlist, especially if you're working out, that can get you to snap out of this mentality where you feel like somebody is putting you down, where you feel like somebody is taking advantage of you or is taking something from you. Get a good playlist, find ways to clear your head and get back into that mind space. And get back into that mind space where you stand in your power. So that is what I recommend for you to do in this August, because it is going to absolutely transform you. Going from somebody that is being drowned to walking on water. This is a very transformative time for you. This is a very empowering time for you. And this is going to help you in future relationships, in future communication with people that do have this energy where they're trying to either one-up you or get away with something. It's going to help you stand your ground and draw some boundaries, because you're not going to be afraid of losing people anymore. You're not going to be afraid of saying something impolite or saying something that somebody might misconstrue. You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay with losing people. And I'm hearing that message for you. It's okay to lose people. It's okay to leave relationships that are not healthy. It's okay for people not to like you. Not everybody has to. What's most important is that you like yourself. What's most important is that you don't betray you, because that's the core of your wound here. The core reason why you are so hurt right now, because you cannot believe that you let somebody just crap all over you again. So step into that empowerment, step into that sea maiden energy, and love yourself enough to not betray yourself. Respect yourself enough to be able to say that I'm always going to make sure in any relationship that I still respect myself, that I don't let somebody else disrespect me. And when they cross that line, I'm okay with letting them go. Because we are not rehabilitation centers. We are not going to try and prove our worth or our lovability to people, to try and prove that we are kind or that we are good. We are going to stand firm in our energy, in what we know about ourselves, and let our energy and actions speak for us. That is all I have for you, group number 2. Let's move on to group number 3. Group number 3. I see you walking through a very yellow, golden city, and it's like you're window shopping. You're looking to the left, you're looking to the right, and it almost feels like you are trying to figure out what it is that you want. You have been going through a lot. It feels a little similar to the storm that group number 2 has had to weather, but you have come out of it transformed. And your energy feels so different. I feel like you find yourself in a land, in a city that you've never been before, in a place that you've never been before. And you're trying to get the feel of it. You're trying to get to know your way around it. And this feels like, to me, there was recently like this up level where you were able to shift planes. And this probably came with an aha moment. This probably came with a perception shift or a reframe. Could have been self-induced, could have been from a very good healer or intuitive. And you're kind of in a foreign land. This feels foreign. This feels like almost Arabic. This feels like maybe Moroccan kind of vibes. Something that's not too familiar. And you probably don't know what all the signs say, what all the directions say, because it's in a different language. So you're trying to feel your way around a very unfamiliar territory. But just because this is unfamiliar territory doesn't mean that you weren't meant to be here. This feels like there's been an alignment for you that has been itching to happen for a very long time. And now that you're finally here, you're like, now what? Now what do? I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what anything means, what anything says. I don't know how to talk to anybody. It's completely alien. Ooh, okay. And I'm hearing that this plane that you find yourself on speaks in energy. It doesn't speak in words. It doesn't speak in language. It speaks in energy. And I'm seeing you come up to almost this like vendor in this marketplace, and he's trying to show you that you need to talk with your energy. You need to say what you want with your energy. And he's saying all of this without using any words, without opening his mouth. He's just looking at you. And the way that he's looking at you, he's passing information over to you intuitively. And I see you asking him to teach you how to do this. And this vendor directs your attention to all the other people that are walking around. And you see that as they're walking in their immediate aura, there's different colors. And when you pay closer attention to these colors, you notice that each of them is almost like a bubble, a thought bubble. And those thought bubbles show where their attention is, how much of their attention is focused on their work, how much of their attention is focused on their personal life, how much of their attention is focused on good things, positive things versus negative things. So he is asking you to really observe where you are putting your energy, where you are putting your energy into, your thought patterns, what you believe about the world, what you find yourself consciously thinking over the course of the day. That makes up your energy. That makes up what you present to the world and what you attract to yourself. Now I see him reaching out his hand and pulling out a lot of thought bubbles that I'm getting the message are like fish water. Like they smell fishy, they smell bad, they smell like they've gone rotten. And I see them pulling them out of your aura, and I see him kind of shaking his hand and trying to get the fishy water off. He really wants to illustrate to you the importance of monitoring your thoughts and your beliefs, because that is the first step in altering your energy, altering the way that you present yourself to the world. When you start being very observant of the positive and the negative beliefs that you have about yourself and filtering out the ones that need to leave, that you have outgrown, that you are no longer aligned to, you are going to be able to communicate in this plane very easily, and you're going to be able to ask for what you want. This feels like a very profound, like mind-blowing message right now. So start taking notes of what you're saying, of the words coming out of your mouth, of the thoughts that you entertain, and start intentionally thinking thoughts, having the mentality, having the mindset that will launch you forward in this new plane, in this aligned version of yourself. Start intentionally thinking thoughts and saying things about yourself that will let your energy shift into the direction that you want it to go in order to be able to get on the path that you want to be on. I think that is all I have for you, group number 3, very short and sweet. We are going to move on to group number 4. Hi, group number 4. I'm still calibrating into your energy a little bit. It's almost like it's having a hard time coming online, but I see you in a forest. I'm seeing you guys in a forest, and it's like you're kind of waking up out of a very deep sleep. I think you guys are very sensitive to other people's energies, other people's intentions, because I'm picking up on you guys getting visions or dreams. If you have been having nightmares recently or really vivid dreams that you kind of can't explain, but where just like end of the world kind of stuff is happening, like apocalypse stuff is happening, I feel like if you've wanted a sign or confirmation about these dreams, I feel like they're intuitive messages for you, and you shouldn't get scared of them. I feel like your gifts are coming online a little bit, your clairs. I think that's why it was a little difficult to pick up on your energy, because it's almost like it's coming online and you are starting to see things clearer. You might be starting to see people's intentions clearer, or maybe auras, maybe starting to see their chakras. And I feel like you're seeing a lot of doom and gloom stuff in these visions, and you're getting very unsettled. And there's this message to ground yourself, especially by bodies of water. I see you kind of walking to a lake, and then you kind of get these flashes of like meteors, and like the sky is falling, like the stars are falling from the sky, and you get really overwhelmed by it. And I can see you kind of cowering and like holding your head out of fear. And then I see you kind of feeling the soil with your hands and able to kind of come out of this spell, and then coming to the lake and grounding yourself in its energy, grounding yourself in nature. I feel like that's going to be very important for you. There's a message to try and start intentionally using your gifts, trying to be intentional with what you see, with what you ask to see, with what you want to see, instead of just kind of letting it come to you, letting it pop up for you, because you're kind of leaving yourself open to different energies coming in and really just scaring you. So developing a relationship with the earth, with nature, is really going to help you filter that out, because I feel like you guys are like earth spirits. You are really in tune with what the earth is putting out, and all of this tumultuous energy with all of the Grand Canyon being on fire, like all of the flooding, all of the crazy things that have been happening with the weather. It is really taking a toll on you. It's really taking a toll on you. So let yourself come back to peace and serenity in nature. Try to take hikes. Try to get away to a cabin if you can, maybe kayak or mountain climb, I feel like you're a very outdoorsy type of person. And I think that's what August is going to be like for you, really letting yourself organize your visions, organize the energy that you're picking up on, and not being so, it's not you being open to it, but you're not really taking control of the things that flood in for you. And I feel like that leaves you susceptible to energy leaks. If you start to feel like you're just exhausted from doing something that you do either every day or something that normally doesn't exhaust you, this could be your sign that that's what's happening. So I would definitely just look up ways to protect your energy. And the best way that you can do that, the best way that would work for you, would be to ground, to get your bare feet on the ground and let yourself connect to the earth. I see that as soon as you put your feet on the ground, I almost see like it's like somebody puts on VR glasses and you have control of the matrix. I can see you almost like seeing the world in this like data kind of thing, seeing the world in this grid, and you are able to really hone in and use your magic to work within the system instead of feeling like the system is working you. So maybe that is a call to meditation while grounding. I feel like in those moments, you excel the most at taking control of your thoughts and your reality and manifesting what you want into reality. I can see August running much smoother for you when you take that break, when you take those moments to disconnect and connect to the earth and to nature. Because the more you absorb what is happening in the world, the more you absorb the news, the more fear tactics, the more fear mongering you're going to get. And it's going to make you feel very, very overwhelmed. So be more present, be more intentional with how you use your time, how you take up space, and let the fear slide off of you. That is what you are being called to do in August in order to be able to master your reality, because it's an illusion. It's an illusion that you don't have control over yourself, over what happens to you. I feel like with this practice, you're going to be able to start lucid dreaming and astral traveling. I feel like you're meant to do dream work. If not dream work, like to just do it in meditation. If that is something that interests you, I think that it would really come easily for you, especially if you have a lot of dreams. So look into that. And that is all I have for you, group number 4. Happy August. Have a good one. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to your August energy prediction. Let me know how this landed for you. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, and tune in next Friday for the next episode of the Soul Ecosystem Podcast. Have a wonderful weekend.